Welcome to the State Champs Mr. Football Race presented by Hungry Howie's. My name is Lauren Plant, and this is Sean Belizean. Hungry Howie's celebrating 50 years of flavor. Sean, you know they have an online deal right now for the new mac and cheese pizza with a panko bread crumb crust. That's an adventure.
It's an adventure, but I bet Cajun crust would be good with it. Cajun crust is good with everything. I mean, who's kidding who? But yeah, no doubt. I mean, hey, this is a special year for Hungry Howie's, and obviously we are very pleased they've been with us for a long time.
Long time. Use the code MAC at hungryhowies.com for the $10.99 deal. Okay, this Mr. Football Race has been an adventure. Voting will end this Monday, and we'll tell you more about that in just a minute. But we've got the Final Four weekend, Sean, and we have 4 nominees still playing football, but none of them surprisingly going head-to-head. So we've got 2 in Division I. Belleville Junior quarterback Bryce Underwood, number 1 team in the state all season long. Davison might be their biggest test yet. Cardinals, led by Anvil candidate Carter Harriman, are still unbeaten. They just knocked off another candidate in Drake Irwin and Rockford.
And you know what? I mean, let's face it. Belleville has had that target on them all year. Underwood has had that target on him all year, and you know there's nothing that Davison would love better. So that is going to be one to watch because Belleville's been rolling. Make no mistake about it. Huge test coming up this weekend.
Absolutely, and when it comes to level of competition, it doesn't get any stronger than Davison for Bryce Underwood's case. All right, next we have Isaiah Marshall and Southfield A&T in the Final Four for the first time since 2014. That matters. They were Division II then. Anvil Kennedy, Brandon Davis Swain just became the most prolific sack master in MHSAA Division I history in his career. West Bloomfield were the 2020 state champs. This is Marshall's biggest game of his high school career because in Week 8, the Warriors were handed their only loss of the season to the Lakers.
Isn't that beautiful? It's amazing how things work itself out. You have a stud on one side taking on Zeke, the stud on the other side, and a chance for redemption as well. And I'll tell you what, that would look really good in the eyes of the committee. When we sit down and have that conversation at the end of the year, again, remember, part of it is, well, who did you beat?
Yeah.
Getting that win at that point in time and revenge at the same time, boy, oh boy, that would be huge.
In Division III, all Mason does is win, and all A.J. Martell does is get it done. Maybe an underdog in the Mr. Football Race, but they just beat Walled Lake Western for the second time this season. No easy feat. Now they've got the defending champs, Martin Luther King. Crusaders, a team that has beat them 2 straight years in the semifinals to deny the Bulldogs a chance to play for a title. So if Mason wins, it will most likely be heavily because of A.J. Martell. King just took care of Mr. Football nominee Nick Marsh and his River Rouge Panthers.
You know what? Tell me if that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this situation. A chance for retribution, and you want to put your name out there? Go have the game of your life against King at this juncture of the season to punch that ticket to Ford Field next weekend. Are you kidding me? I mean, that is called building your resume. So that opportunity certainly exists there for Martell and, most importantly, his fine football team.
That's right. And then there's Caleb Osborne.
Let Caleb cook.
A man who has done everything for Waterford Mott. The straw that stirs the drink. All teams prepare to stop him, and most teams have failed. They do have 2 losses, but now in Division II's Final Four, facing the 2-time defending state champions and 3-time defending state finalists Warren De La Salle. This is the first time again in school history they've been there. He's leading the vote, will most likely be the people's champion. We'll talk about it, but that's going to make a difficult case for us to choose against him if the Corsairs keep winning.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And you know what? All it does is up his ante as well. And this is a situation, it's great to see this for this kid because I think people that have followed the high school scene for a while, there's a guy that's been putting up crazy numbers for a while, but now the team is taking a big run. So I think it's opened up a lot of eyes. Yeah, again, it would be wonderful if he gets in as the clubhouse leader, our online vote getter, so to speak. But you win a game like that, you are automatically punching your way into a serious conversation and into being one of the 4 final.
All right, so as we wrap it up, we talk voting, and yes, Osborne has a great chance when the polls close this Monday, November 20th at noon. Don't think for a minute that just because these 4 right now are still playing that these are our final 4. We have to make that very clear. Nick Marsh, CJ Carr, Drake Irwin, CJ Sadler, Billy Roberson. It ain't over. If your vote count is up, it helps.
We've seen it so many times in the process of doing this for many years now. You know, a guy that you thought, well, maybe he's out of it. When you sit down and you crunch the numbers, boy, oh boy, it's hard to keep this guy off there or that guy off there. And as Lauren said, look, this is the last time we can plea with you.
Yeah.
Go make a push for your boy. Get online. Make your voice be heard. Help catapult your player into a better position in this, because I'm going to tell you what, when we sit down, and if you don't believe me, that video is coming next week. When we sit down and crunch these numbers and we make sure that we got the camera rolling in that room, little things like that are often the big difference. John Kidd and I were just talking about this, Lauren, before this started. I can't tell you how many times we walk in that room thinking to ourselves, well, it's going to be this guy. But then when you crunch the numbers and you look at some of those little things, all of a sudden this guy goes like that over that guy, or that guy goes like that over it. So that is the task at hand. Get out there, vote, help your guy out any way you can. That's one thing you can control.
And just so you know, we'll basically rank out the players per category. So if you finish second or third or fourth in the voting, it could make a difference when we're tallying everything up. So voting ends Monday at noon at StateChampsNetwork.com. Final four will be announced soon after. Stay tuned.